Aha!
Ah!
I see. On the horizon, someone's there. It looks to appear to be a bass guitar, as it were. The sight that I see, the person I see, is somewhat familiar to me. It looks to be Sean, the Barbassian Stone. Are you ready, Barbassian, to ascend upon your artist's apex?
Does that answer your question?
I would say so. So we're definitely going to... Man, I don't know where to go from there, man. You literally just took the words out of my mouth. But
Bass will do that.
hey guys, you know who it is. It's Zeus Cruz of Olympian Multimedia presenting you with a special segment of Artist Apex. And if you're looking at the individual on the screen, he should look familiar to you because he's been here before. I know you miss him, so we had to get him back. It's Sean, the Barbassian Stone. Sean, how are we doing today?
Oh, Zeus, brother, I'm lovely, man. It's a great day for bass.
Awesome. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. You know, it's all about music, specifically about the importance of creating a very lush bass line.
Oh, yeah.
In your particular case, you're doing it organically off the bass guitar. So, guys, we're going to be discussing with Sean his musical journey as he ascends to becoming the world's greatest bass player of all time. So, Sean, explain to them what's the intrigue, what's the fascination behind playing the bass guitar?
It's very simple and easy. At the same time, horribly complex. So let me tell you straight up. Bass and percussion, once they form their holy union, they are true strength and power. They are the rhythm, they are the feelings, they are the emotions. When you hear treble and you hear it, it's higher pitch, and don't get me wrong, it definitely adds to everything, but it's chaos. It's a higher pitch, it inflicts a panic emotion. When you hear bass and percussion together, you hear control, you hear force, and you hear power. But at the same time, that creates your march. That is your driving force, your line. That's the boogie.
Mm-hmm. So, when it comes to bass guitar, it's not just the guitar. Guys, you gotta already know there's some accessories that come with it. Different things you can utilize to create this really cool bass sound, bass line with all these different types of textures and nuances. So, Sean, what are your preferred brands that you use?
There's a few out there. I'm an old school guy. I love Carvin, American made. Not that there's anything wrong with any other country. No, Vox is a great company as well. But Carvin, I've reached out to them I don't know how many times. They've answered me back. Hey man, here you go. Here's the information you need. Great company that I've never had any problems with. I've used their equipment for 25 years of hard touring. I brought Carvin equipment all around the world, from Antarctica to the North Pole, and in sub-zero temperatures, Carvin's working. And 110 degrees in Costa Rica, Carvin's working. So I've always said, hey. And there's nothing wrong with Fender or any of those other brands. Also, Carvin produces the same warmer tone pitches as Fender does. So if you're a Fender fan, Carvin's right there. It has a higher tones area than the Fender does. And to me, it has a longer wavelength capability.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to go wrong. As far as pedals go, there's a million out there.
Yeah, I noticed you got a few pedals over there. What would be a good one for a beginner that's just starting out?
So for bass playing, for the beginners starting out, I would go with an octave pedal, an octave, octaver, octave V. There's all kinds of weird slang names for an octave pedal. Boss, the OC5, this one recently came out, well I shouldn't say about 3 years ago or so. It handles everything. Everything. When I split my Rickenbacker into stereo mode, throwing all the bass at this thing with no higher tones, I haven't had any issues with this thing fading out or breaking distortion. And that's on the Rick with the low tone clicked in, so it takes it. I use it mainly on the high end because it also has a 1-up octave. And if you're playing by yourself a lot with the bass, I found if you're playing by yourself or play with yourself, use the organ. So there you go, organ pedal. It's a lot of fun. It builds your tones. You can play chords with it. At the same time, if you're hitting a chord, you can still finger all your other notes, and it'll kick right into it. It hasn't faded out. I mean, this one's electro harmonics. There's all kinds of other octave organ pedals out there that are really good, but it just fattens up your sound so you can have a fuller tone, so it doesn't sound like you're naked playing bass.
Nice. So I know through your musical journey of becoming this illustrious bass player,
Yes.
I would think you had some inspiration along the way. Is there anybody that inspired you? Like, is there any other bass players that is like your preference that you go to get the inspiration?
Sure. For bass, what really kicked in as far as country music, actually, the bass tones, because they help tell a story. Other than that, I couldn't say country music bass lines were exciting to me, but they definitely are there. That's what brought me into it, is being able to tell a story. And then, like Matt Friedman from Rancid, he uses a lot of walking bass lines, the down and backs, like that kinds of stuff. The walks around here, I'm not really paying attention that well. I should have, but the down and backs he did were simple because it hits the root note of the guitar player and it goes the down and back, so it cycles. So once again, it gives the full spectrum of the bass, the ba 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 ba. That's what it taps your foot that makes you want to dance. And that's what the bass can do for you. And that's just a walking bass line. And you don't have to go crazy with the walk. You can do 3-note walk. It's just a simple, it doesn't have to be a quick walk, short walk. You can just walk it. And that's a great starting point for any song. And if you don't really, hey, you're the bass player and you're stepping in for your first time, you can just... And that's just a walk. And you just, I don't know you eat from Adam, but I can jam with you because I can walk.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought you were going to bring up Rush.
Yes! Geddy Lee, the man,
the myth, the legend.
for sure. I would say he's a GOAT. Greatest of all time. He's got to be in there somewhere. He is. Not just because, like, yes, there are many people out there that can go, oh yeah, I can play, Geddy Lee bass lines. Sure. Did you come up with them? No, you didn't. That dude did. And then he got 400,000 billion other people to say, that dude, I want to listen to him. And then on top of that, his brain was so creative that he did all these crazy bass lines and he created the soundscapes that were just amazing, that took you places. It was like, yeah, like I said, Matt Freeman or John Entwistle from The Who. Like, he's come up with simple bass lines, but the way he's doing it is just insane because he's also throwing in a lot of weird frills. Because that's what a lot of problems people have with playing bass, as it is the root. Like, that was Blink-182, I can't remember the name of the song anymore, but it's not that hard. But at the same time, if you throw some frills in there every once in a while, it makes the whole bass line amazing. You don't have to be a great bass player or a great finger dexterity person, but if you know when to throw in a couple pretty things that will catch the ear and go, oh, okay, that brings me out of the boredom, out of the steady hard. At the same time, every once in a while you get a pop of flair in there. So, I mean, and he did that in that song. He threw it up, you know. What he did in that one, he just changed his timing. But it was enough. It was a small change over the great thing, and it was just great the way he did it. You don't have to come up with epic bass lines, and that's the challenge that I see a lot of bass players face, is they think they have to come up with something crazy. You don't. Stop it. Stop. Just start with something simple, and then see what the song needs. Don't try to shove it in there and hope something comes out. Start with something small and work on it. Zeus, you do that in a lot of your works. You're a building machine, and you listen to any of your songs, and you definitely hear that crescendo, and then it's awesome the way you do it. So it's the same thing with building a bass line.
Yeah, so for you guys out there tuning in, we can't emphasize enough the importance of creating a bass line. It's a great pivot for your music production, to give it a sense of direction, you know? Because otherwise, everything is just going to be kind of muddled together. It's really no fluency to it. You're not really getting an understanding of exactly what it is I'm listening to. I'm not catching the vibe like you were talking about.
For certain pitches, it will invoke certain emotions. So if you're trying to invoke a certain emotion, the more nobler, somber sounds can come from a fuller whole note. If you're trying to make a noble sound, like, yes, I'm righteous, or I'm wondering what I'm doing, I'm kind of questioning, I'm kind of sad, I'm noble again. You know, that's the works of bass. To your point, the pitches.
Indeed.
That's my point.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you've been on this journey. We talked a lot. Your music career has spanned over multiple years, which included you being in a band. So, can you explain to the viewers the difference between playing solo and trying to generate different concepts for songs versus you playing within a band, the confines of a band?
So, when you said confines, confines, that refers to restrictions in a way. When I'm working with a group of people, I don't feel any restrictions. I really don't. It's the opposite. If I'm working with you or Alpha, Jay, it's more fun because I hear what you're doing, and I can throw out that solid, and then that way I can see what you're thinking. And then I can think about what other people are thinking, and then I can work on that and add to it. But when I'm playing by myself, you have to be real careful, because just bass alone isn't that exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong, it moves you, but you want to hear some other interesting tales on top of that. So that's when you have to work in holes or strums. To make the bass sound more interesting and a fuller sound, like, oh wow, like what's going on there versus. But like I said, different pedals work. You can use loopers, but playing by yourself, I mean, it's fun, it's dandy. There's a lot of people online that do it, but the only problem is you develop more complicated bass lines, which is great. You know, the world needs more complicated bass lines, 100%. But at the same time, like Davey 504 and a few other guys I've watched, like you can't groove to it. Like it's absolutely amazing what you're doing, and poop is in my underwear. I'm excited for it. But at the same time, it's like, yo, dude, I can't bop my head to that. Am I going to go to a club and dance to that? Am I going to turn my car on and drive down the street to that? Am I working at a factory listening to that? Not so much.
Probably. Yeah, good point. So I'm noticing next to you is a little container there. I believe there's some things in there. Might be like a xylophone in there, maybe some marachas,
oh, yeah,
some handheld type instruments. So what I want to ask you is, would it be good for somebody to incorporate those type of things, them type of instruments, so
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can try to create some maybe more texture,
100%.
maybe some more nuances in the bass?
Oh, 100%. I mean, because it's a tambourine, and everyone's like, "Hey, I need the hot tambourine girl in my band." 100%, bro. I'm right there with you. Yes, we all need the tambourine girl. But at the same time, the tambourine girl is actually playing a 100% legitimate part. You take out some of the tambourines in music, and you'd be surprised. I mean, this is adding a lot of flair. I mean, this is filling in all the sound instead of just. It's adding to it. It's filling it up. It gives the listener something else. Is that? Are you trying to paint the picture of a person running through a forest? Is that wind in the trees? You don't know, and that's a cool thing. And it's just an emphasis too on the bass line. Instead of doing the bass line, you could do a. It just or add to it. It just you could adding texture, adding different sounds in there, something that another person could hook onto and shake a different body part and make them feel that much better. Take them to that cool place where they can just groove.
Good point. Also, too, I hope you guys picked it up, you viewers out there, that during the production you're going to have some gaps where you need to fill in, just to add a little bit of a sound, a little bit of a texture, just to bring home the beat all together, to make it more complete. Sometimes you want to settle on just a certain sound, but sometimes it's even that much better if you think outside the box, right? And just add a little bit more flair.
And that's what a lot of music lacks now. I mean, I'm not saying new music is terrible, no, but it definitely, there's lots of little flair pieces that it misses. I mean, back in the 80s, I think there was that everyone was shredding. Everybody had to be a shredder or get off the stage, and then that, create alternative rock, which was like the revolution to that, which was like, yo, we don't all have to be shredders, we can still have fun. And I think that's where that came from. To your point is, you can just fill it in, have some fun. You don't have to be the best in the world, no, but as long as you're having fun, your audience is going to see it. And your listeners are going to approach, and they're going to love it.
Real good point. Very good point. So, I'm noticing too on the set, we have a keyboard over there. I don't know if I was wondering if you were.
So I'm a master of many arts.
Because guys, the beauty of music is you can incorporate more than one sound, but also more than one method as far as you create these different sounds, right? I guess that's a way you can do it.
I'm gonna hit
you know what, Barbassian? I'm looking over here and I'm seeing possibly you might have some help. We got another guest here in the studio. Oh man, here he is, Jaso, also known as Alpha
Barbassian.
to the Omega.
What's going on?
You're my favorite, bro. Get up on there. Get up on there.
Oh.
I love it. Oh yeah. Take a little plastic ivory.
Since I see both of you guys here, man, is it possible to kind of demonstrate for the viewers how you can gain inspiration or create inspiration for a concept utilizing more than one method to create different sounds and textures? We got Alpha himself, the legend himself, on the keys.
Look at him.
We got the Barbassian on the bass. Can y'all provide a little medley real quick here?
Ooh, I would love to. I'll start off with I'll prove to you all that simple bass lines are the best by just doing a rolling hammer on and just simple chunking. Right? All right.
transition. Sean out. Sean back in. Sean out. Sean in. So you see, real quick for you guys, for you viewers out there, how quickly we can add different transitions. It's literally just stop and go. Inputting another sound, let it play out a little bit, and then you inject the main component to your beat, which is the bass. And you see how they created something very soulful. You know what I mean? Has such a nice, cool vibe. Obviously, guys, this wasn't a completed beat.
Yeah.
So don't get all in there like, well, this ain't, there should be some other stuff in here too, of course. But just to get things started, they just demonstrated very quickly how you can use different chords. Doesn't even need to use the whole landscape of the keyboard. You know what I mean? Just a couple chords, and then pluck some strings on the guitar, and you can make magic.
Oh yeah, and it's fun. It's a hoot, and that's why, like a lot of people, I always stop playing by yourself and trying to make everything yourself. Get together with people. Get together with your friends. Shove them an instrument and tell them tap on this while I make noises, and they're gonna like fight you at first, but after a while they're like, "This is the hoot. This is better than all the other dumb stuff I was doing."
So, to wrap this up, Sean, to tell the viewers out there, what's the main thing they should keep in mind? Just in general, when it comes to playing music.
Oh yeah, anything else is determination. Never give up, never stop. And that's the crazy thing. Jake, watch out for a second. So this bass here, like, just to show you determination, this bass has more nautical miles than any sailor alive, other than me. It's been to the North Pole, it's been to Antarctica, it's been out in Japan, it's been up in Canada, you name a continent, this bass has been on it with me playing it. I have traveled all over the world playing it. It has kept me sane, it has kept me safe. I slept with this thing night after night in my bed with me. It's determination. It's always remembering this is who I am. I'm gonna be a bass player. I'm gonna be a musician. And you don't have to be the world's best. And you can be a bricklayer / drummer by night. You know what I mean? But as long as you're still holding true, like, this is my thing. This is who I am. That's what I do, but this is who I am. That's where I think it's at. And that's the determination, and that's the holding line of maintaining in this crazy life, because there's no rules, there's no book. But if you can hold a line, a baseline, something continuous, that's where it's at. Non-chaos, but still having fun.
Organized chaos.
Yeah!
All right. So, viewers, we are so grateful for y'all to tune in. Sean, we appreciate you coming to the studio and allowing people to see the greatness of you as you ascend toward this mountainous peak, the artist's apex.
I love it. I love it. I'm at the peak and I'm only looking up, brother. I appreciate you.
Awesome. So,
Jay, I love you, bro.
How about we end this with another jam session? Go to it.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh. mean? I love it. Dave Batter, I'm thinking of you.
All right, Jay out. Sean solo. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Loved
We're
it.
gonna keep this jam session going, but you viewers, y'all gonna have to move on to something else. Thanks for tuning in. This was the episode of Artist Apex with Sean, the Barbassian Stone. We're gonna check y'all later.